3, 2, 1, go. It's important for everyone in this country to remember that whenever we enter a business, school, hospital, or the like, we do not leave America. It's also important to remember that every such entity depends on the infrastructure and vital services paid for by public money in order to operate. The upshot of these facts, then, is that we are entitled to expect that all organizations respect the secular and inclusive values of the country. That means that while freedom to worship is a reasonable part of religious liberty, the freedom to impose a religious point of view on others is not. As a philosopher, I don't go around arguing that certain ideas should die. However, in my judgment, the idea that any individual, business, or organization may, on the basis of a religious belief, either restrict services to its customers or deny benefits to employees is fundamentally un-American and must be rejected. Thank you.
Okay, so an idea in my field of journalism that needs to die is the notion that all-knowing editors should be able to decide what news is important. For years, this is how journalists and editors have operated. If we think something's important, we put it on the front page, or today the home page, and we say, it's important, you should read about it. Syria, eat your vegetables, do it, trust us. But the audience, of course, doesn't trust us. This will come as no surprise to you guys, but a great majority of traffic for a lot of news organizations now comes from social media, which means that audiences and readers care much more about what their friends and family think is important than they do what editors think is important. The homepage of the New York Times, which has long been some of the most revered real estate in journalism, is increasingly less and less powerful. Its traffic to the New York Times homepage dropped by half in the last couple of years. And what this means, I think, is that as editors and journalists, we need to do a better job of making the news relevant and explaining what's at stake.
I'd like to get rid of movies that glorify those high academic standards, such as Stand and Deliver or Meryl Streep's Music of the Heart. In my 20s, I taught this 8-year-old student named John. He was a kind, respectful student and a horrible student. Everything was awful. His technique, his understanding of music, his ability to read it, everything. Year 6 went by. I told him we need to start learning how to do classical music. He said all he wanted to learn how to do was Japanese animation music. I said, fine, let's do a little bit of John Williams. Nothing got better. Year 7 went by. Introduced him to Philip Glass. Not much got better. Year 8, more film composers and classical romanticists. And then he turned 16. I stuck relentlessly to my game plan, and to my great surprise, things got a little bit better. He began composing music. I noticed that things got a lot better. Into year 10, things got much, much better. He graduated from high school back in 2013, is now a student at Occidental, and what you're hearing now is a composition that he composed.
Should I start the countdown?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Countdown.
I love when futurism makes a certain day or year really special. When I was a kid in 1984, all I wanted was Big Brother. When it was 2001 rolling around, I wanted to go to the moon base. And now, right now, at this very moment, it is Back to the Future Day. I'm really excited about this. Come on. So here's what we're going to do. Marty, go with me in the DeLorean. We're going back to the year 1896. I'm not kidding. In this year, the French inventors of cinema brought the first movie show from France to London. One person who saw the show wrote what some consider to be the first ever movie review, and I have it right here. Okay, he concluded that movies had no future as art at all. He not only gave the first movie reviews a bad review, he condemned every movie that would come after to be just as hopelessly bad. So, should we, here in the year 1896, erase this movie review and save the future?